All right, man, let's check this out. Southern Poverty Law Center. I saw a lot of this on social media. Let's see what's happening here.
Is bringing charges against one of the nation's most prominent civil rights organizations. The Trump administration claims the Southern Poverty Law Center has been defrauding donors and funding the very hate groups it claims to be fighting.
The SPLC is a nonprofit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred.
That's crazy, you know? That's insane, bro. Come up with a solution to a problem that didn't exist, but you create the problem also. And fund the problem. You fund the problem, you get paid to solve the problem, and it's all within your own little bullshit. This is insane, bro. I hope people go to jail here. I hope people go to prison here, man.
CEO is defending its past payments to confidential informants and calling the charges government weaponization.
There's no question that what we learned from informants saved lives. Today, the federal government has been weaponized to dismantle the rights of our nation's most vulnerable people.
ABC News legal contributor James Samples here for more on this.
I don't believe that bullshit. I don't believe that guy at all, bro. I always, for one, questioned it. Like, how can people not have an 8 to 5, be out on the streets protesting ICE and bullshit? I have to pay bills here, man. I don't qualify for food stamps, right? I'm getting paid minimum wage here, right? I don't qualify for food stamps. I don't qualify for housing. I'm a single male. I have to pay rent. I have to pay the utilities. I have to pay for the car. Gas, food, everything. I'm a single man living paycheck to paycheck, right? These people are out on the streets protesting on a weekday? What? And nobody questions it, right? I'm like, these people, they gotta be getting funded somehow. They have to be getting funded somehow. Everything that guy said there is bullshit, bro. What up? People need to go to prison here, man.
Hi, James. The Southern Poverty Law Center has positioned itself as the country's watchdog for hate groups. So what's your reaction to these charges?
Well, the charges, Diane, are to understand what is being charged. The government is alleging that the Southern Poverty Law Center used paid informants to infiltrate groups like the KKK, Nazi organizations, and that those payments are fraudulent in the sense that they came from shell organizations. If you think about that argument, though, taken to its logical end, what the reason there are shell corporations that are set up to make these payments is that if the payments said Southern Poverty Law Center, the individual's anonymity would be compromised. Their safety, maybe even their lives, would be at risk.
How strong is the Justice Department's case here, and what do they need to show in order to prove this in court?
In order to show fraud here, they need to show that there was a material misrepresentation that harmed a victim, i.e. that the donors to the Southern Poverty Law Center were, in essence, defrauded because the money that was donated to the organization was then used, in the government's terms, to support the organizations that are purported to be the targets of the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Do they have donors complaining?
They do not yet have donors complaining, and in fact,
George Soros is the one who fucking does all of this bullshit too. They're not gonna complain about this. They knew what this was about. They knew what this was about. There has to be another way around this, right? Maybe his mass hysteria, for one, right? Affecting people's health, emotional health, right? That kind of stuff. Emotional damages. People could come forward here. I would assume so, right? Defamation, right, against particular groups, making it bigger than they are, right? Them causing their own problems themselves. People need to go to prison, man. People need to go to prison fast.
Organization has been hugely successful over the years in fighting these battles. You might say that the donors were getting exactly what they paid for. And if you think about an analogy here, when the FBI pays an informant to infiltrate the mob, they don't give them a paycheck that says, from the U.S. government. They hand them a bag of cash. Well, that can't happen here, so that's why they set up these shell organizations. This is only day one. The indictment was issued yesterday. The defense hasn't been heard from yet. This will take time, but it does seem to be like a targeted attack against an organization
they're probably shitting their pants.
Not necessarily one that the party thinks highly of.
What do you make of the timing coming just over a week after the Justice Department moved to vacate more convictions related to the January 6th attack on the Capitol? Is that a coincidence, or is the administration trying to send a message?
No, the truth is going to come out, man. And the previous administration used the government, to weaponize, and so it's going to be payback time, and heads are going to roll, bro. Heads are going to roll. No more Mr. Nice Guy, like Trump said the other day. No more Mr. Nice Guy. It's time to go after the people who came after you. And especially if you had nothing to do with it. That was another one, January 6th. It's a hoax. It's a hoax, bro. I'm pretty sure that this organization probably infiltrated that as well.
I think that is the right question to ask, absolutely. 1 week ago, to be clear, the same Department of Justice sought to vacate the convictions of Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. And now they're going after a group that has fought against hate groups. In just the span of a week, the juxtaposition at a minimum is striking.
All right, ABC News legal.
Yeah, so this is a liberal outlet, right? They have their biases here. Oh, of course we don't like this, right? We're liberals. Liberal, I'm dumb liberal, right? Idiots. I hope people go to prison, right? And I hope that the truth outs. And there's a lot more truths that need to come out. And we're hungry for the truth, bro. We're hungry for the truth now more than ever. We want the truth, all of it. All of it. Give us all of it. All of the truth. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you think that the SPLC is innocent? Do you think that people are getting funded for not having a regular job and on a weekday, out and protesting? Who fuels their cars, bro? Who fills the gas for their vehicles when they're out there, right? Doing all these kind of things, and the cameras and gizmos, and right, they have phones, right? You've seen them, like, they're holding phones and stuff, and they take off, right? Who's paying the bills for that? They're not at their jobs, These are all questions that need to be asked. But let me know in the comments what you think, right? For all we know, SPLC is the greatest organization. They do everything by the book. They got nothing to hide. You got nothing to hide? Referred by the defense by now, right? Like anything else, innocent until proven guilty. But I, for one, I'm tired of the BS, man. There's only so much you can fathom, and you're just like, yeah, something's up here, man. You just start noticing things. The older I get, the more I notice things. And it's just like, it must be nice how whatever they're getting paid per day to be out there in their bullshit. It must be nice. But you guys know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, repost, all of that good stuff. And I will see you all in the next one, man. Peace.